Article number 52, and it talks about the President of India and says there shall be a President of India. 52, our image is L and N. 5 is L and 2 is N, that is lane. So in this picture you can see there's so many people who are standing in a queue or in a lane, right? So for president also we should have a procedure like he should be coming in lane, he should be coming in queue. So you see yourself when you have come to pay your electricity bill. Okay, there's a huge queue, or there's a huge lane to pay the electricity bill, and the president of India, okay, Pranab Mukherjee himself, he has come there and he was standing in the queue in the lane to pay his electricity bill. So president, we are linking it with the lane. Okay, lane, LNN 52, article number 52. It talks about the President of India. Article number 53, which says the executive power of the Union, it shall be vested in the President, and it shall be exercised by the President by the officers subordinated to him directly or indirectly. And another thing which it says is the President is the commander of all the armed forces. So Article 53, 5 is L and 3 is M. So lime. And what one we want to relate here is the President, Supreme Commander of Armed Forces. So President distributing lime to the army people, saying it will improve their strength. So President distributing lime or lemon. Okay, he went for the tour to Jammu and Kashmir, and there he was meeting with various army people, and President is distributing lemon there. Okay, lime to each army person, and saying like you should eat lemon quite frequently or lime quite frequently, and it will improve your strength. Okay, because as an army person you require good physical strength. So lime, we are linking it with the supreme commander of president. So being the supreme commander of armed forces, and being the supreme commander of armed forces, president is distributing lime. Article number 54 and 54 is lawyer for us. L and R. L and R. It becomes lawyer for us, and it talks about the election of president. In this picture you can see these all lawyers, they are protesting. And why they are protesting? Because they are not allowed to elect, okay, to contest for the post of president. So there has been new guidelines where the lawyers, the people who are lawyers, they are not allowed to even contest for the post of president. So election of president, we are linking it with lawyers. Lawyers we see protesting on the streets because they are now debarred from contesting the election of president. Coming to the article 61, 61 is G and T, and it becomes goat for us. We can have two images. We have already seen GT Express, GT, 6 is G and 1 is T, GT Express. And what we remember about GT Express, we related the reduction in the voting age from 21 to 19. That was with the GT Express. Okay, in GT Express, people less than 18 years are not allowed to travel. So that is how we related it. The reduction in voting age with 61st Amendment Act. So now we are talking about the Article 61. So here we can take GT Express either, or we can take GOAT. G and T, it becomes GOAT, and it talks about the impeachment of president. So funny goat impeaching president. So you can see this picture, this funny goat, okay, wearing the uniform of police, and he's there and impeaching president. So you have to see that complete picture where this goat is impeaching president. Article number 63, that is G and M, and it becomes Jim, and it talks about the Vice President of India. Vice President, which we have already seen, Vice President becomes the Vice Captain of Indian cricket team, and presently it is Virat Kohli. So Virat Kohli becomes the Vice President of India for us, and we see here Virat Kohli working in a gym. Being a player, being an athlete, you have to keep yourself very fit, and for that daily workout is required. And gym, going to gym, Virat Kohli. So Vice President of India, that is Vice Captain of India, that is Virat Kohli, we are linking it with gym. So Article 63 talks about Vice President. Article 64, it talks about the Vice President being the ex officio chairman of the Council of States, that is the Rajya Sabha, the chairman or the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. 64, it is gear, G and R, so it becomes gear. Gear which we use in our vehicles, in our car, there are 4 gears. So Virat Kohli is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. You can see this picture of Rajya Sabha and having gear with him to control people. So here he's sitting there in the chairman's place, Virat Kohli, and he's having the gears with him, and with these gears he can control the members of the house. Because these members of the house, they becomes really aggressive sometime, and to control them, Virat Kohli is using gears. GR, that is Article 64, GR, we are relating it with Virat Kohli, that is Vice President, sitting as a chairman of Rajya Sabha, using to control people. Article 65, and it talks about the Vice President to act as President or to discharge the functions of President during the vacancies in the office of President or during the absence of President. So Vice President to act as President, Article 65, and Article 65, 6 is either G or J and 5 is L. So J and L, it becomes jail. Our picture for 65, it is jail. So Virat Kohli was sent to jail when his one shot hit President and he got injured. Okay, there was a cricket match which was going on, and President especially came to watch that match. But Virat Kohli hit a big six, and while hitting that six, the ball actually hit on the head of the President and he fall injured. So because of this act, Virat Kohli was sent to jail. So Virat Kohli acting or the hitting the president, Article 65, that is Vice President acting as President. Coming to the next article, that is Article 66, it is the election of Vice President, and 66 is J and Jijaji is the husband of your sister. Okay, Jijaji is a relative who is the husband of your sister. So Jijaji. So J and J, it becomes Jijaji, and we have to relate now it with the election of Vice President. So your Jijaji is going for the elections of Vice President. So what happened, your Jijaji came to your house and saying now he's going to contest for Vice President, and you were all laughing, like you were saying to him, you should go for the President. Vice President is a very small position for you. So Vice President election, we are relating it with Jijaji, that is Article 66. Article 72, 72 of a picture is Khan. K and N, and Kan is the Hindi word for ears. Okay, these are the ears. So Kan, Nak, Kan is an organ, ears, and it talks about the president to grant pardons. So president is speaking in the ears of the convict that you are granted pardon. Okay, so in this picture you can see this girl is speaking in the ears of this boy. In similar way, Pranab Mukherjee is speaking in the ears of the convict, saying, okay, you can go home, you are being granted the pardon, okay, your whole punishment is waived off. So that is how Article 72, that is Khan or ears, we are relating it with the pardoning powers of the president. Article number 74, 7 is K and 4 is R, so that is how it becomes car for us, and it talks about Council of Ministers with PM as head to advise President. So 74 is car, and all ministers now with Prime Minister driving the car. Here you can see Prime Minister is driving the car and whole of his Council of Ministers are there in the car with him, being the head, like Prime Minister is driving the car and they are going to the President house to advise President. So car, we are relating with Council of Ministers with Prime Minister as head to advise President. Article 75, it talks about the Prime Minister appointed by the President and other ministers by President on the advice of PM. 75 article, 7 is K and 5 is L. So it becomes coal. C and L and it becomes coal. So how we will relate it, coal with the PM appointed by President. So President rubbing coal on the face of the elected people. So finally President is appointing the Prime Minister, and then on the advice of Prime Minister he is appointing the different ministers. So now whomever President is electing, what he is doing is he is having coal in his hand. So he is going there and on the elected person face he is rubbing that coal. So that is how marking him black and saying now you are elected. So strange way of electing, but that is how our President do with the help of coal. Coal, K and L, that is 7 and 5, article 75. This article is having certain amendments. Two amendments, and both are by the 91st Amendment Act of 2003. First is Council of Ministers not more than 15% of the total members of the House of People. So this we have already remembered with while we were doing the Amendment Acts. The 91st Amendment Act, that is 91st, it is B and T, bat. So now Speaker, what he is doing is he is hitting with bat if the ministers become more than 15% of the total strength of House of People. This we have already seen. Another amendment, it was 75, Article 75 1B, and it talks about the anti-defection law, right? The people, the members would be disqualified on the basis of defection. So anti-defection law, Article 75 1B and Article 75 5, it talks about the ministers not member of any house for 6 months ceases to be a minister. So this is how coal, we are relating it with the President appointing Prime Minister and on his advice different other ministers. 1A, should not be more than 15%. 1B, anti-defection, and Article 5, sub-Article 5 of Article 75, a minister who cannot become the member of any house in 6 months, he ceases to be a minister. Article number 76, it talks about the Attorney General, and Attorney General, we have seen Attorney General is sort of lawyer for the government who advises government on various legal issues. Now 76, what is our picture for 76? It is K and G. K is for 7 and 6 is G, so it becomes cage. So big lawyers like attorney generals are required to take the government out of cage. Okay, so when government like falls in a big scam or in some big legal problem with the Supreme Court, so that time attorney general comes and helps government and takes it out from the cage. So cage, we are relating it with the Attorney General. Who is required to take government out from cage? It is the Attorney General or the big lawyer. So this is the government inside the cage, and now who is required to take him out? It is the Attorney General or the big lawyer of the government. Article 88, it is the rights of ministers and attorney general to take part in the proceedings of any house, though they cannot vote in that. So Article 88, 8 is F, so it becomes FF, it becomes FIFA football, right? FIFA is a organizing agency for football, FIFA World Cup football, so FIFA football. So ministers and attorney generals suddenly started playing football in the assembly. So ministers and attorney general, some important discussion, some serious discussion was going in the house, but suddenly they took out the football and they started playing football because it's a football season, and they want to show them like they want to show public like how much they love playing football. So ministers and Attorney General have the right to speak and take part in the proceedings of any house. That is Article 88, and 88 is FNF, that is the FIFA Football World Cup. Coming to the Article 80, and 80 it becomes F and S, that is fuse, and it talks about the composition of Rajya Sabha and how we will relate it with fuse, changing the composition of Rajya Sabha by using a fuse. So you have a fuse and you plug it, okay, and then you take it out, and that is how you are changing the composition of the Rajya Sabha. Article 81 is F and T, that is fat, the fat people, and it talks about the Lok Sabha composition. All Lok Sabha members are very fat. All Lok Sabha members are very fat. So fat, Article 81, we are linking it with the composition of Lok Sabha. Article 82. 82, 8 is F and 2 is N, that is fan. F and N, it becomes fan. So Article 82 for us is fan. It talks about the readjustment of the Lok Sabha seats after each census. So the population increases, and on proportion of that, the representation of the people or the representation of the territories from the state would also increase in Lok Sabha. So readjustment after each census. So number of fans to be increased with the increase in population. Definitely now more people, more fans will be required to reduce the heat of the summer. So fan, we are linking it with a readjustment after every census. So after every census, population will increase, and in their terms, number of fans should also increase. Coming to Article 89, and 89, it's F and B. 8 is F and 9 is B, and it becomes Facebook, and it talks about the Vice President being the chairman of Rajya Sabha. And Virat Kohli is our vice president, and we can see now Virat Kohli being so much active in Facebook, and today only you can go to the Facebook profile of Virat Kohli. So Virat Kohli, Facebook, right, as a chairman of Rajya Sabha. Article number 93, it talks about the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. 93, 9 is B and 3 is M, BM, and from there we get BMW, the luxury car, BMW. So speakers of BMW car are really good because it is so expensive, and some of the very good sound system has been used inside BMW car. So BM becomes 9 and 3. Article 93 talks about the speakers and deputy speakers of Lok Sabha. Article 105, it's a very important article which deals about the freedom of speech in Parliament. What it means is that no member of the Parliament will be liable to any proceedings, okay, in any court in respect of anything or whatever he says on the floor of Parliament. He is not required to go for any legal action on that. So that is how they are promoting the freedom of speech in Parliament. And 105. Now we are coming to the 3-digit numbers, and we can use these 3-digit numbers in either two way. Either we can make a single image from these 3 digits. For some it would be easy to make a single image. Otherwise we already have the images of other like 2-digit and single digit. We can use it. Like for example, if I bifurcate in 2, so 10 becomes hen for us. 10 is hen. 10 is hen for us. 10 is hen. 5 is knife for us. So hen with a knife. Hen with a knife. So one hen with knife always stands with member of parliament, so that if they speak anything wrong, hen will put knife into him. So that is how hen, you can see one hen with a knife in his hand. And he's there with each member of parliament, and whatever, like if the member says anything wrong, that then that hen who is sitting with a knife, who is standing with the knife, he puts his knife into him. So hen with knife, that is hen is 10 and knife is 5. Article 105. Article 105, it talks about the freedom of parliament, freedom of speech in parliament. Article 108, it talks about the joint sittings of houses of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. 108, 10 is again hen for us. 10 is 10 is hen, and 8 is a spiders. Like spiders, they have 8 legs. So 108. So hen and spiders, and hens and spiders, they are having joint sitting. Okay, you can see a meeting hall where the hens and spiders are sitting, they're jointly sitting for some discussion. So joint sittings is with Article 108. That is hens having joint sittings with the spiders. Article 110, and it talks about the money bills. Now 110 we again bifurcate in two parts. 11 is Tata, TNT, Tata Nano, and 0 is Sun. Okay, 0 is Sun because Sun is round, same as 0. So 0 is Sun for us. One picture of 0 can be Sun for us. So here it says Nano to Sun. Okay, Nano, Tata Nano 11 to Sun 0. So how you will take your nano car to Sun? If you want to take your nano car to Sun, you have to spend a lot of money. Okay, so you have to spend a lot of money if you want to take your nano car to Sun. So 11 is Tata Nano and 0 is Sun. So Tata Nano to Sun, we are relating it with the money bills. You will have to spend a lot of money. Article 112, it talks about the annual financial statements or budget. And 11, again we bifurcate in two parts. 11 is Tata Nano and 2 is Cycle. So in this budget, government has made a strange announcement. They are saying they are planning to promote use of cycles more than Tata Nano, like cars like Nano. So now from Nano they are moving towards cycle, because cycle, it will help reduction in pollution. It will decongest the traffic in the major cities. So that is how now in budget government is saying from Tata Nano they will be going to the cycles, to the era of cycles. So Tata Nano 11, cycle is 212, 112, Article 112. It talks about budget or annual financial state.